Hello and bonjour. Derek Bartolicelli, it's the 5th of January 2021. Out here in the south of France, La Ciotat. Wanted to give you guys just some condolences for our rest in peace 2020. And some very important people that passed away with it. I'm talking about Vaughn, David Crowe, David Dees, and MF Doom even. And just to add an exception, Mullis, who is the Nobel Peace Prize winning creator of the PCR test, who personally has stated time and time again that the PCR test is not to detect viruses. Now, I don't know if this has come across to you guys and just brushed over your heads, but this is extremely important information. And imagine if he was alive today. And imagine what he would have to say about Fauci, which he had some things to say about him in a... So, yeah. Rest in peace to these ladies and gentlemen. Why did I put in MF Doom? And for those who don't know who MF Doom is, he's a rapper, British born, but grew up in New York City. He was in a group called KMD before he became the metal-faced villain, as he's been referred to as. And he pioneered a certain style of avant-garde hip-hop in the mid-90s, early 90s, even with his group. They were kind of like native tongues, but MF Doom branched off and did his own thing. And yeah, he became a little outspoken on, some issues, esoterically speaking as well, or just, black ops and just, the toxic poisoning of the world and growing up in that. You should really check out the song under the duo JJ Doom called GMO. I've mixed that song in a couple projects that I do on my channel.
I get what you're selling. Swelling from alien microfilaments to small gallons. Even if you're gelling, what's that in your melon? And what the hell is they spraying? No telling. Barium, strontium, aluminum. Well, drink responsibly. Get the truth from doing them.
But yeah, revealing certain things, not just GMOs, but geoengineering and things like that. We live in a very genetically modified world, and this shit has to stop. It's going to take over. Even Elon Musk and other transhumanists are even suggesting and telling us and warning us that, this is the Pandora's box, AI. But yeah, that's another topic as well. But so David Crowe, you should really check out his website. I'm going to link it in the description. It's not coming off the top of my head at this moment, unfortunately, but he had some really good interviews. He has really good information on his website with PDF documents, and he has written about and criticized the medical industry for years. He was the founder of the Green Party in where is it? Alberta, I want to say. But yeah, just check it out, his website, and the links and the PDFs and the references that he references, which are very important and revealing. And it talks about the lack of true, honest justification in scientific studies, peer-reviewed studies or whatever, regarding the isolation of the COVID-19 virus. And they're saying like, oh, well, we've sequenced the virus. That's not the same thing. And you'll read about that more in the text, okay? And last but not least, Vaughn. I saw a recent couple videos this woman used to work for a Merck vaccine company, and she became a whistleblower because she was sick of everything regarding the corruption, the lies, and the obfuscation of their toxic needles. The information behind that in the studies. And yeah, they're just going to show you the cherry-picked studies and like the lack of science behind some of those studies as well. Yeah, she was gang stalked as a targeted individual at TI. Look that up. This is real. She even had a huge, confession she entrusted in someone, and this is not make-believe. This is not to freak people out, anyways. But yeah, so she passed away, mid-40s, or early, I believe she was. Healthy woman, and a lot of these people, they're conscious of their lifestyle and of information and things to avoid and good and nutrients and things like that. These people took care of their bodies. Carrie Mullis, MF Doom, Brandy Vaughn, David Crowe, and David Dees as well, which I'll get to in a second. So yeah, Brandy Vaughn was really beloved by many, and she had an organization that I'll link down below as well. And I feel like that's been infiltrated as well, because there's some shadiness going on in regards to the fundraising that was done for her, I think it's her daughter, and the entrusted caretaker to, use those funds for her daughter, and also some for the organization. It doesn't matter, but I'll leave links down below. And yes, this is the last but not least, David Dees. You'll most likely recognize his illustrations, not his face or his name. On the bottom left or right hand corner, you'll see his signature, Dees illustration. It's D-E-E-S. Very political, very, de-occulting, trying to reveal the hidden symbolism, some of the puppets behind, the New World Order and all that shit. So, I'll end this video with a mini slideshow of some of his works. I've released a video last spring in regards to that as well, a little tribute to him as well. Max Egan had a beautiful tribute as well. And yeah, these brave souls lost their lives for us, to inform us, to warn us, to sound the alarm, blow the whistle on the corruption, on the deceit, on the lies. And what's the thanks that, they get sometimes? Or people like me who try to share their insight and information, what do we get? A bunch of people calling us conspiracy theorists and shit. Well, people had their lives ended prematurely by, malevolent forces. They did not die of natural causes. The majority of them, we want to get into conspiracy theories on that, go for it. But there's been a common theme about this. And even David Dees had an infograph showing that there have been many microbiologists, virologists, and people of those professional natures that have mysteriously just vanished or died over the past decade or so. So I'm gonna just end with saying a little hello to everyone that works in a hospital or behind in a lab or desk, medicinal wise. You guys, a lot of you are cowards. Many of you know what is going on. And many of you are just scared to lose your job, to lose your reputation, and just to look in the mirror even sometimes, I understand you guys spent years and years and years in school, in these indoctrination camps, feeding you great information mixed in with a lot of bullshit. That's just something you need to come to terms with, okay? Understand who bought out the majority of the publishing houses over a century ago in many fields of education. It's not just medicinal, but yeah, Rockefeller Institution is something that, you know, people think is some kind of fucking charity. You guys need to get over yourselves and realize that it's nothing of the sort. Many of these things are Trojan horses that just funnel money back to them somehow and gain them more control and leverage over certain resources. Anyways, I would love to see more and more experts, because people like me are not being taken seriously. And I've been over it. I'm been fed up, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to bang my head against the wall if people are not going to believe me because I didn't go to medical school and all this stuff. I learned from people that went to medical school and broke free from the programming. And that's what I know, and that's what I stand firm on, as well as principles that man never created. They're just cosmic laws, and you have to, you know, understand those. Hermetic principles, if you will. And just the fact that your God-given rights as a human being, nobody has the rights to claim ownership over your body. And that's exactly what any kind of prohibition or mandatory wearing a face mask or injections of any nature. It would even be against your own right if people forced you to take vitamin C. You know, something that's pretty harmless, you know? And if you have an overdose of that, you're just gonna have extra urination or things like that. Not any of these adverse effects that you've seen people dying from already, from people lining up to get this Vaccadoodle. I'm not going to sound off the censorship alarms, unfortunately. That the technopoly is not allowing people to ring the alarm about real safety and health issues going on. So, anyways, rest in peace, God bless, and natural law is king. Government is slavery. Take care.